I really hope I made that intro look cool. Shit, I should probably get closer. Hello. Yeah. So tonight I felt like, oh, fuck. Alright. Happy Easter. Merry Easter. I don't know. This is not being uploaded on Easter. There's no fucking way. Today, making a video on the taps. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to explain it to you in a second. Damn! Get this shit for like 25 bucks. Alright, so taps. This is the taps. You may not recognize it as the taps because I've done some work to it, but it is the taps. What is the taps? Taps, or the Tactical Assault Panel, is a bib-like chest rig introduced in around the same time they made the switch from UCP to OCP, so like probably like 2014 to 2017 range. There's also versions of it that you can find in UCP, so whatever. It also might have been another airborne thing that the Army was working on, since apparently airborne in the 82nd is... So this is the Tactical Assault Panel. It's part of the Mali system that replaced the Alice system. If you don't know what that is, you probably don't know enough already. Alright, so this video is mostly for dudes in the Army who still have to deal with this thing, or pores. Sorry, it's just kind of how it is. And basically what I'm going to be showing you is how to get maximum potential out of said taps. So personally, I got the taps in probably like, what was it, like July, August time, and it was basically during my switch from plate carriers to chest rigs. I'm not going to argue like whether you should use a plate carrier, a chest rig, or an LBE, which I'm currently using. I'm not using this anymore for my own shit on my own time, but obviously if you're active duty or some other fuck, whatever, you're gonna have to use this thing. So I'm gonna show you how to get the most out of it. So as I said, I started using this around July, August, when I stopped using my plate carrier and started moving to chest rigs. I originally just went for the taps because it was a GI thing, and I'm like, okay, GI gear, I can use that for Army shit if I need to, and I can use it on my own time for what I want to do. But this is the replacement for the flick, if you didn't already know. So I'll put on the flick later, and I can do the gimmick and whatever the fuck. But this is what replaced the flick. I experimented around with the taps, putting in a couple different configurations, some being insanely ugly, because I just had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Again, this is the first chest rig I've ever really had, so this also is not going to be a comparison to super awesome fucking expensive chest rigs. Obviously, anything you spend over $100 on is probably going to be better than GI gear. Hopefully. But I messed around, put a couple different configurations with it, put some holes in it, tried to tie things down, fucked with it a bunch, and this is how it came out in the end. Like I said earlier, I don't use this anymore because I have since started using a Smersh and will be gradually working with that and adding my own chest rig to go along with that. But for a like traditional infantry context, like a traditional infantry like chest rig, this is how it is set up. So if you can see right here, from left, this is actually left. I hope I inverted it. I probably didn't. From left to right here, I have my IFAK. This is a Blue Force Gear medium trauma kit. I have a double mag pouch right here, which I can either use for throwables or a radio. Right here, I have an admin pouch. It's a Tactical Tailor Enhanced, I believe, admin pouch. And it has this little like fold out right here. I'll probably put up a better view of it somewhere else. It's a pretty good fucking admin pouch. I actually like it quite a lot. Right here I have my GP pouch. or general purpose if you don't know what that means. And it's just a Gen 1 IFAK. And these have been very good to me. So, and they're very cheap. Very, very cheap, honestly. And this is usually for nods or whatnot. I put my mess kit, or not my full mess kit, but like my spork in there and my Sawyer Mini for a while. And then on the right, I have my canteen pouch along with my canteen. Son of a bitch. Canteen along with a canteen liner. Okay. So that was the front of it. Now, right here, these pouches right here. So I gotta let you know something right off the bat. If you are going to use Kydex inserts in these first four, like I do, these are Aztec Kiwi tall Kydex inserts. I've also seen people use bungees along with them. But if you are going to use the inserts, these two pouches right here, these smaller pouches right here, I have a Mora knife in one of them. You cannot put large things in them because it's going to fuck with the Kydex. I used to have that problem, and I tried sticking a big-ass fucking knife in this pouch right here, and it just fucked with all of it. So you can either use the Aztec Kiwi tall Kydexes, or you can use a bungee, or you can use the Velcro that comes with it, which doesn't work with PMags, which is fucking stupid. So, that. And then on the sides, I just don't have anything in them. I put inserts in there at some point, and it just, the way that it pushed off, the Kydex would like push against my body, and it just wasn't comfortable enough, so I just ended up just using the regular Velcro. Alright, this is my favorite part of the taps, and the main reason that I got the taps, this mesh back here. I put some 100-mile-an-hour tape on the zipper just to make it a little more comfortable when it was on my body. I would never actually zip it all the way shut because this would kind of poke into me a little bit. It wasn't that uncomfortable, but uncomfortable enough. But I would usually keep, what was I kept in here? I kept my VS17 panel on my cravat in there for a while. An emergency blanket, I'm pretty sure. This is where I kept my protractor and my map. And then I might put the emergency blanket in there as well. And then I can't remember what I put in here. But obviously that's up to your own imagination. Okay, so now I saved the best for last, and you can see it right here. You may be looking at this and being like, whoa, my taps don't have that right here. My taps doesn't have this. How'd you do that? I'll tell you. All you gotta do is buy a Velocity, or wherever you want, I recommend Velocity H harness. And you can clip it into these ones right here pretty easily. Now where that causes a problem is on this side. So the Y harness that comes with the taps is dog shit. If you've never used anything else, you might not realize why it's dog shit. It's because it literally puts all the fucking weight right here. It is fucking terrible. So basically, when you use an H harness, though, it's not like a one-all system like the Y harnesses. You're going to have to get another clip right here, and these are the Swift clips also sold by Velocity. And I put them in there, and I put some 100-mile-an-hour tape around it just to reinforce it so it didn't fall out, because it was falling out. So you're going to have to buy new clips so you can actually clip it in high enough. Now you might be thinking, oh, just clip it in here, just clip it in here. So this is where the waist strap goes. So you're going to have to buy a separate waist strap for it, but I promise it's going to make a world of fucking difference. So with the waist strap, you don't have to cut it like I did. Obviously, if it's issued, you don't want to cut it. But you're going to have to buy one of these buckles right here and probably replace it on the waist strap, since most waist straps come with this kind of buckle instead. And then all you're going to do is where's my waist strap? Then all you're going to do is just clip the waist strap in, and you'll have a waist strap. This is the waist strap that came with my Haley D3 CRM Max micro penis that I have on my plate carrier. So the full system is looking like this. So you're gonna take this, bring it around, clip it in there. Gonna do the same thing on the other side as well. So now it's gonna look like this. I recommend putting some 100-mile-an-hour tape so it doesn't fall out. And then you're gonna take your waist strap, you're gonna bring it around, just gonna clip it in like so. And then it's all done. Should look like that. This is usually how I put it on, because I don't like reaching around for the clips. I just throw it over me. Like that. It comes down like so. I clip it in. And this makes a world of fucking difference from the Y harness. I promise you that. Weight with this on is so much drastically better than the Y harness, I promise you. So this is how it'll look when it's completely on, like so. You can obviously also adjust how high it is and how low it sits. I like having it sit kind of high like this. But yeah, then this is basically how it sits. You have all your admin shit in front. So you can take one of your 5 billion 9-line cards that you've been given if you're like me. Or you can access your GP pouch, eat your nods or whatnot. And then you can have your radio or whatever throwable. And another thing that I will suggest is when you use these Kydex, it's a little like more tough to get them out than just normal Kydex. So my method is I just wiggle it back and forth and it comes out pretty nicely. When I do it, it's like so. But it works pretty well. A problem I ran into in the beginning is that I used these rows of Molly, well, very little row of Molly right here. And because I used it, it was harder to put a ruck on with it. But after I moved it a little forward, now I don't have that problem at all. One thing you will observe with it is it's not the most streamlined. And it's not going to be. For actual field use, you're going to have these extra pouches and shit to store additional shit. That's just reality. If you're looking for a fucking micro rig, you're going to the wrong spot. But the main thing that I like about the taps is that it's so modular, and it has a bunch of fucking Molly on the front, and it has these back pouches right here that you can access shit with. That's my favorite part about the taps, honestly. And you can basically just do whatever the fuck you want with it. That's why I like it. Is it a little fat? I guess, yeah. But if you actually want to do real things, you're gonna have to get a little fat. So, anyways, I don't have many other thoughts. Remember, don't put shit in here. I did have my Baofeng in there for a little while, and it fit and it worked, but it just kind of made me a little fatter, so I just ended up using this pouch instead. I just have a Mora in here right now. I'm sure you could figure out a way to get a better knife in there, but how I have this secured, basically how I have this secured is I took the little Velcro flap and I just took a Ranger band and I tied it around it right here, so it's secured that way. Is it maybe the best? Probably not, but it's the best way that I found out. So closing thoughts about the taps. Is it the best system ever? Absolutely not. But does it work? Absolutely. It worked very well for me over the winter. Held, just like with the H harness, it feels like you're carrying nothing. I can have everything in here, it all loaded up, and it just feels like nothing. It's pretty cool. That's what I like about it. Obviously, though, mission dictates gear. Whatever the fuck you're doing, get something that can do that. For me, it was more survivalist, kind of, guerrilla type shit. I need to carry 6 mags at the minimum, and then I need to have things to store, like things to eat with, my ferro rod, compass, whatever. I obviously need water on me all the time. So basically, what I'm trying to get at with the taps is that it is a very cheap option. I honestly just saw it on the internet for like $15 on like Venture Surplus, that you can get it for $15 for a chest rig, and one that will work and one that you can fuck around with and make it however you want. So I think that's a pretty good deal. Again, this video is either for people trying to go cheap or soldiers who actively have to deal with this. So I was just trying to showcase how to make this thing a little better. I know some people just like go and buy like the Condor ones though, and their unit accepts that, which honestly I don't know anything about the Condor ones, but they have that X harness, and X harnesses are terrible for distributing weight, so I think this is a better option. That's basically my closing thoughts. Yeah, it's also, it hasn't fallen apart on me. There's little frays here and there, but I already bought this thing used, and it's still holding up great. So yeah, basically if like a family member or a friend wants to put on a rig or something, I'll give them this. So I like the taps. It will always hold a very dear spot in my heart as my first chest rig that I got and tore apart and built back up and tore apart and built back up over and over again until I got it right. So I'll always love the taps, no matter how many people call it fat or gross or all the above. So yeah, that's basically my closing thoughts. Would I recommend this chest rig? I would, honestly, I would. I like it. Is it perfect for everything? No. The fucking inserts getting fucked up by putting shit in these pockets is very fucking annoying. I tried to put a big ass knife in there and it just fucked the whole thing up. Had to learn that the hard way. So yeah, I like the taps. I will not use it because I'm switching over to low bearing equipment, but I like it. If you learn anything from this video, or if I could help you at all, like, subscribe if you think I'm funny, and check out my second channel. That's all I have to say. Have a good day, or something, whatever YouTubers say.
Oh boy.